We are live, fellas. What's going on today?
Not much. What's happening?
You feeling it, Smitty?
I'm feeling it. Yeah.
Smitty left the firehouse today to come and hang out with me in the dream. The rest of the crew couldn't make it with us today.
Forensics?
Yeah, Young's at forensics, whatever that means, right, Machine? Okay. Like, that's how I feel about it. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. I think he gets a little something for doing forensics. But, hey, everybody, we're coming at you live from Monocacy Brewing in Frederick, Maryland. A day away from Super Bowl 58. Super Bowl 58. This is a repeat of a few years ago, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. It's going to be an interesting one. The crew and I will be looking at this matchup, break down all factors that could impact the outcome. That's definitely our MO today. These two teams certainly earned their way to the big game. Kansas City struggled for a minute there early in the season, and now with Kansas City, you know, they're kind of on a roll. You know, this promises to be a better confrontation than years gone by with the new evil empire, which that's what they're calling the Chiefs now, the new evil empire, since New England has fallen off in their ways. And they take on the Niners, like I said, and Mr. Relevant, Brock Purdy. Isn't he Purdy? Are you ready for some football, y'all? Let's get rocking. So like I said, our guy Schmitty here, Noobs had himself a little bit of a issue, had to leave work yesterday, still struggling. So Noobs, if you're watching, shout out to you. Hope you're feeling all right. Sheen and I were talking about T-Sizz. He's at forensics today, whatever that really means. Yeah, forensics club. Yeah. It must come with a healthy stipend.
I hope he does if it's taking up weekend time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. But, you know, I'm just glad to have these guys here with me today. Monocacy Brewing was nice enough to host us today. They actually let us come into the brewing room. So hopefully the echo isn't too bad for you all. It's kind of cool being in here. Smells like beer. Smells like my fraternity house back in the day on a Saturday morning when we got to clean up. Well, I didn't clean up, but you know, when the pledges cleaned up.
Lambda.
But you know, back in the day, that was fun, I guess. Anyway, where'd you go to school? Delta Sigma Theta.
No.
Where'd you go to school?
IUP.
Okay.
IUP. Yeah, okay. IUP. I was a Kappa Sig. Okay. The most wanted man on campus. That was our theme. We had those Italian colors, so we were kind of like an Italian fraternity, so to speak. But shout out to Sheen's wife, who's joining us today. It's good to see her always. Give him a little wave.
Peace sign. So out players.
It's always good to have extras in here. It's always good. Anything big in sports this week? I was looking through to see anything happen. It's been like a kind of a dry week. With the Super Bowl.
Did the pitchers and catchers arrive?
On 14th.
Okay.
On 14th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I still love baseball.
Yeah.
I don't like the money that gets thrown around the guys who play once every 6 days,
That's
but
bad.
there's nothing like going to the ballpark.
All right, I like to do that.
You know, sit down, drink beer, eat peanuts, you know, whatever, and just kind of hang out. It's relaxing, you know. Especially like we're all Pirate fans, so as a Pirate fan, we know what's going to happen at the end of the day. Whereas most teams don't know what's going to happen, right? They can win, they can lose.
We got Rowdy to last now.
Yeah, that boy, first base. I can't wait to talk about the Pirates. Jesus. Yeah. Or Dolis Chapman. He's still hitting them.
We got Oliveras.
Edward
from Royals.
Yep. They got some decent guys.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them get one more big bat, though. You know, they need one more big bobber.
Miguel Sano. He plays first.
Well, I mean, you got O'Neal Cruz coming back.
You do have Cruz coming back.
So hopefully that's the bat that
He'll be hitting,
O'Neal.
He'll be hitting cruise missiles.
Yeah.
I seen him hit one and hit the roller coaster up in Altoona a couple years back. Yeah, he's a rocket, man. That dude is big. He can cover from
6'7".
Hey, look, he was playing shortstop. He can cover from third to second.
Fast.
With how big he was. You know, and they need that.
He'll get traded.
What y'all think about? Yeah, you will. Give him like 3 years. Just when the Pirates hit 84 wins again, he'll be going.
We'll get somebody like who for in return for him.
Oh, they'll get a package of prospects and rebuild it again.
bucket of balls. falls into.
Yeah.
Pakistan.
Nothing's wrong. Continue to stay fat. How can that man live with himself? I'm surprised there hasn't been an uproar in Pittsburgh for that. Oh, how about Mahomes' dad, man?
I like Mahomes' dad. He likes to drink. He also, they asked him, they said, hey, are you sitting next to Taylor Swift? And he said, I hope not. That's what he said.
Yeah,
I love the guy.
I know.
Love the guy.
Yeah.
He played for the Packers, right?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He played for Minnesota.
Okay.
He was a heck of a pitcher.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't
Boy, you got
a
to get it from somewhere.
Hall of Famer, but
Right.
he could throw the ball, man. He could throw the ball. I like him too. Everybody has their evil vice. We all do.
Wait, does that happen to him often? He gets drunk up?
This is his third time.
Oh, geez,
he's doing 10 years in jail for this.
Huh?
Yeah, it's mandatory 10 years.
He's in jail right now?
I believe. Wait, I think he's out right now. I think they got him out, but
10 years for that?
Yeah.
Wow, I believe that's 3-strike rule.
Yeah.
For that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, in Maryland, you get 3 strikes, they reset the clock.
Wow, that's great. I didn't know that.
That's Maryland. That's Maryland.
Does the dad live in Kansas City? Mahomes' juice don't get any juice?
I think he lives in Texas,
Oh,
actually.
yeah, he went to jail.
I'm pretty
You might
sure
get
he
the
lives
chair.
in Texas.
Texas.
Hey, big shout out to our guy Carl who let us use the facilities today. We appreciate you.
He has a 74 Cadillac out.
Yeah, thank you, Carl.
That's Carl's Cadillac.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
If you've never been to Monocacy, I highly recommend it. They've got really good beverages. Always have a great food truck here. Nice little deck when it's warm outside. It's very welcoming, and it's one of the originals around here. In fact, if you like to brew, there's a joint right next door that you can make your own beer, make your own cider, make your own, wines. Really good people over there too. Okay. We've done several things there. So, hey, let's get on with the Super Bowl, you guys. Let's talk a little bit about offensive strengths for the Kansas City Chiefs. What's going to take? What their strengths? What are you thinking here?
Mahomes.
Kelsey, Mahomes.
Yes. You shut that down.
Yeah. The problem is, he can't.
Just exactly how do you shut
I say
Mahomes?
Mahomes.
I've got some interesting tidbits to share about that, though.
We can go on and on about this. How do you shut Mahomes down? First of all, of course, I'm the curmudgeon. You can't tackle the quarterback. You can't hit him high. You can't hit him low.
No, that's not curmudgeoning. I agree with you.
Okay, well, yeah.
I'm sure Smitty agrees with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you got to keep him in the pocket. I think that's number one.
I won't bring my stuff to the table yet. I think Pacheco needs to play a role.
Yeah.
I think Pacheco for them needs to play a role. If he doesn't, and I think Edwards-Helaire needs to play some sort of role with his 5 or 6 carries in the game.
Pacheco should do well.
Yeah,
He should.
I love his running style.
Their run D is kind of.
I didn't realize how big he was. I saw a picture of him this week out of his uniform, and he is slender, but he's big. He looks pretty tall. Like he's athletic and physical when he runs the ball. And that's one of the things I like about that kid.
The Rutgers.
Yeah. Rashee Rice. He's got to be an instrumental piece of this too. Because let's face it, Mahomes is kind of like Brady was, where Brady's best receiver was what's his name? Was Gronk. Yeah. And before that it was Moss,
right.
Hall of Famer Moss. Who did he have other than that? Like when we talk about that guy, we can't really put a finger on.
It was a plug and play.
Who,
Yeah.
Brady?
Yeah.
He had Edelman.
Yeah.
The other little guy.
Yeah.
Wes Welker.
Yeah, he had Welker. He had Woodhead.
Danny Woodhead.
They're like the
Okay.
little white dudes that can
Hey.
scatter. They got.
Hey, they were getting it done. I'm
Yeah.
not mad at it.
But I feel like
you're right.
I feel like those guys. So if you drop Welker on another team, if you drop Edelman on another team, Woodhead went to San Diego and disappeared.
Yeah.
If you drop those other guys on other teams, like what do they bring to the table? I don't feel like they bring anything to the table that is significant enough to another team without a quarterback like Brady.
Oh, well, yeah.
And that's the thing. Brady makes those dudes.
Yes.
I wasn't a Brady fan,
No.
for years and years, and
Still
then
not.
as things kind of progressed in his career, I was kind of like, man, this dude has made chicken salad, chicken shit. You know, like that. That's
But he put guys on the map.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for
You got guys
for that split second in time, those guys were the hottest guys in football. And like you said, they go to other teams.
That was it. That was it. You know, they kind of had that, and I hate to say this, they had that system like the Steelers, where if you left the Steelers and you were successful there, you went to another system, and it was like, no, what happens here?
I think we've only had 2 guys be successful after they left. Want to guess them?
Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, he did okay. He did okay.
I'm going back further.
You go Chad Brown. Chad Brown did well in Seattle.
Chad Brown.
And did Merriweather do good when he went to Minnesota?
He did okay. I would say Rob Woodson played pretty good.
Yeah, he did. Even when he went.
But he is Rob Woodson.
Yeah, even when he went to the Ravens, you're right. You're right. Let's look at the strengths of San Francisco. They're a well-rounded team, man. I mean,
7 Pro Bowls on offense.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
questionably they have the MVP. Yeah, something like that.
They had 7. So who was it?
Trent Williams.
Yeah.
CMC.
Yeah.
Purdy. Debo. Did Ayuk make it?
Yeah, because he's the number 1. He got to make it if Debo made it.
Yeah.
So
So
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams.
That's crazy.
Is Kittle? Did Kittle
I would
end up
think
making
so.
it too? You know, I mean,
That's crazy.
one of the things that's overlooked in this Super Bowl is how great the 2 tight ends are. Like, you don't hear much about Kittle like you hear about Kelsey.
Because Kittle's more of a blocking type. They say he's the best blocking
Yeah,
type.
but Kittle's a lunch pail guy. Like he's not the flashy. He's
No.
not gonna have
He can.
girlfriend.
He can do
Oh,
it.
yeah. I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah. He
But
can do it.
his style is the put your head down,
Yeah.
get the job done, and keep it moving.
They say I didn't know he was a blocker like that. I'm just hearing it.
Yeah.
He's
another
another.
blocker
Well,
He's
he's
another
a dude.
thing
He's
guy.
a dude. Like he's, you know what I mean?
He's
Like
a dude.
out of Iowa. Didn't even know he went to Iowa.
When'd you find that out?
Recently, maybe last week or so.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like their offense has a ton of weapons, but what people don't realize is that Kansas City defense, and we'll get to that, but they were number 3.
Okay.
They were number 3.
We can
So,
get to that.
you know, but
there was some websites I was looking at. They're number 2.
oh, really?
Yeah, behind the Ravens. Wow.
It
It all depends on what stats you compile, but there's some arguments where they were the second best.
I think a little bit more. San Francisco's offense has a little bit more of a dynamic to it, though, because
Right. That's
you
what we're
know,
gonna keep.
if you're going to take CMC away,
Right.
they can throw to those receivers. If you're going to take those receivers away, they can go to Kittle.
Right.
You know, like they have options.
Yes.
Yeah. Now the difference might be the quarterback piece of it. Is Brock Purdy comfortable enough as a game manager, which he's done a fantastic job of, to be able to make those adjustments? I think
he's ready. I think.
Will the moment be too big?
Yeah,
That's the question.
I don't think it will be. You know, no one expected nothing from him in the beginning.
right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm here now. I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is play.
Love the
game.
kid. Love the kid. He looks like a junior high kid or middle school kid. And his approach to everything is just kind of like, I do what Shanahan tells me to do, and I don't do any more than that. I don't have to force myself to do any more than that. I bet he's not even the voice. Like Mahomes is the voice. I bet Purdy's not the voice. I bet one of those other guys.
McCaffrey's the voice. Kittle probably.
Yeah.
Trent Williams, punch in the
Trent,
face.
oh my God, yeah. That was probably the biggest downfall that the Redskins ever made, or the Commanders ever made, was just like trading him away for, you know.
Well, I'm sure they were in hopes they could find someone else, but I don't think they have.
Not yet.
Not yet. And there's guys out there. But
Oh my God, yeah. They say this is the best, and we have a future show that's coming up. We're going to talk about
Draft.
the draft. Yeah, of course. Might be a couple of shows. But they say this is one of the best offensive lineman drafts in years.
Yes.
It's really, really deep, from center to guards to tackles. You know, I can't wait to talk about Brock Bowers. I heard the funniest thing about him yesterday, and I don't want to put it out there yet, but it was hilarious what they said about him. So let's look at the weaknesses of Kansas City.
Are we talking offense or defense?
We're still on offense. We're still on. We're going back to Kansas
The
City.
weaknesses on offense are like you said. They don't. There's you got Kelsey, and then what? Pacheco's a decent option, He's not great. You said Hilaire. Hilaire has been bad.
When he got his carries,
They don't have anything.
When he got his carries in the playoffs, he made the most of those moments. You know, he got 5-6 carries and he made the most of those moments. I can specifically remember when they were playing Baltimore. They were driving the ball. They had it around the 20, 22, and he ripped off a run. I thought it was going to get in the end zone. He got, they tackled him at about the 1 or 2 yard line, which is what Hilaire was when he first came out for them. He was that guy, and then he started getting the injury bug and that kind of stuff, and he lost his
It's
job.
just crazy that they keep making the Super Bowls with a bunch of no-name guys on offense.
Who else had that blueprint though?
Patriots.
They're like,
Yeah.
it's going to come. I truly believe it's going to come down to a management. Whoever manages the game is going to, because I think whoever has the ball last is going to win. That's my hot take on this. I think whoever has the ball last is going to win.
I have some interesting statistics about turnovers. I'll get to in some.
That's where I went to.
Yeah.
That's where I went to. So.
Yeah, later on in the show, but turnovers always play such a crucial role.
And I'm not even saying managing about turnovers. I'm just saying just keep the ball, score touchdowns, manage the clock. I think that's a big part of this game.
Long drives.
Yep.
Sustainable.
Yeah. Well, we know Kansas City can do that. We need to see San Francisco do that, because it seems like they get one big hitter every time they get the ball to move it down the field. And you don't necessarily need those big hitters. You need CMC to run 6 yards. You need Kittle to catch a 8-yard pass. You need Debo to get a 15-yard.
Well, do they watch the Ravens film defensively? You know what I mean? Because that was a heck of a show that they put on.
5 turnovers.
Yeah.
You know how we always talk conspiracy theory? I know you.
No, I know. That's new bias.
Okay.
It's not me.
Okay.
It's new.
So I have a theory about what happened in that game, and you
Okay.
can take it or leave it for what it's worth.
Okay.
But the NFL is all about money. Let's face it. The almighty dollar. It's all about money. Kansas City has that ball on the 20, 22, 25-yard line, driving at the end of the half, and they knew they were going to leave no time left for Baltimore, okay? So they complete a play, they score a touchdown. Oh, mystery flag, a hold. If you go back and look at that hold, that was no hold, okay? It's no different than you see every other lineman do,
Right.
all right?
Just hold everything.
The next time they have the ball, that might have been the second time. The first time there was a completion to Kelsey down around the 5-yard line. I remember that flag. The next time they had the ball is when they completed that pass and went for a touchdown. Both of those got called back. Both of those holding calls were very, very skeptical to me. I was like, what are we calling here? So to me, it was like, okay, what are we doing? We're going to go ahead and control the score, control the touchdown on this play, because they went up, 24-7 or 24-10, whatever it would have been. And they were getting the ball back in the second half.
That was it.
What happens if that game goes to 31-10 and it's 6 minutes into the second half? People are starting to watch, something else on TV, getting ready for the next game. You're losing viewers. You're losing interest now because it's 31-10. We've never seen Lamar come back from a score that big, have we? No. So that's just, conspiracy-wise, that's my thought. But I don't doubt what the NFL does to control things. I really don't. I just don't.
Wow.
It's all about money.
Wow.
It's all about the almighty dollar. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I know I just ranted. I'm sorry.
I don't do conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
I just ranted, but it made sense if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like they don't want you tuning out. They just don't. So, we talked about Did we talk about the weaknesses of KC's defense?
No, we didn't.
No, we talked about the strength of San Francisco.
Is there a Kansas City weakness?
I don't think so.
I would say linebacker core, maybe. Is there some injuries?
I don't know if
Who's the D lineman that tore his ACL or tore his knee up in the
June. Oh, you're talking about the yeah, I know you're talking about.
I can't think of his name.
Yes, he's out.
He tore his ACL in that conference championship.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. I just read it the other day.
I would think the linebacker core is probably the weakness. Because that secondary with Snead and the guy opposite, the big guy opposite him.
Jerry Snead,
Yes.
he's going to get a payday.
And the big guy opposite of him is pretty vicious.
Yeah.
Yes. So opposite linebackers are the weakness. Work the linebackers.
But their strength.
But I think you're splitting hairs, though. You know what I mean? As much as they're a weakness, I think they're pretty deep, pretty good on defense.
Their strength is stopping the run. When it's all said and done, that is their strength. Like when they were known for what they could do this year, it was stopping the run, forcing them to pass, to make guys like Jerry Snead make those plays.
Okay.
You know, all right. I mean, you go look at the numbers, and I know we shouldn't base anything by numbers. It's all analytics. That's how you win awards. But
Here we go.
Come on, bro.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Ananahu. Yep. So he's an inside guy too. That was good. That was good. That's why we bring lovely people like this along to go ahead and find that stuff for us.
Our statistician.
We don't have
Stat baby.
we don't have Pat McAfee's staff here, anything like that. But it'll be interesting because I do think they are pretty balanced. We know what the weaknesses of San Francisco. If they don't blitz Mahomes, they're in trouble. And again, I'm going to give you some numbers a little bit later.
But if they blitz Mahomes, they might be in trouble. You know what I mean? He starts running around and making
That's
plays.
what I don't want.
Yeah, you need to find a way to keep him in the pocket.
Well, it's like pick your poison.
Yeah.
Keep him in the pocket is, to me, is worse.
Yeah.
Again, because you can't hit him. You got to worry about hitting.
You can't control him. You can only hope to contain him.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to be an interesting run right there. I mean, that's definitely the two best teams. The two teams playing the best football right now. How about that?
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yes, the Ravens were one of the best teams in the league this year, but they weren't playing great football in the playoffs. But now, that's what we see it. Weakness of the San Francisco defense, like I said, if they don't
Stop and run.
Yeah, they.
Was it the Packers who ran all over them? Everybody ran all over them. Detroit. First it was the Packers, right?
Yeah.
Was it the Packers? No, not the Packers. Detroit definitely did.
Detroit.
I don't know why they stopped running, but
they got off focus.
yeah.
They were using the tight end. They were using St. Brown. They were making plays down the field. And then all of a sudden, the second half, they kind of got
Out of the game plan.
They got this, which I don't even know what that is. If you know, you know. But
That's some Italian stuff.
no, they got a tight ass.
Okay.
They tightened up, man. And then Campbell going for 4 downs. That's that's a whole other ball. But I think you're right. If they can stop the run and force Mahomes to pass, then they can prepare the defense better.
Yes.
But if
Less people to stop the run, though. Less people to stop the run, more for the pass. If you can stop it with the minimal 5 maybe. Yeah.
I mean, they just got
I
to.
want to say 4, but
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, they got to dictate what happens. That's it.
So here's this is the question that I've gone back and forth all week was: do you play man or do you play zone? Because I think both have their advantages and disadvantages.
Ooh, I don't know.
how about man? Could you do man on the outsides?
Well, you could do man free.
Right.
You could do man free.
Yeah.
And with a nickel in there, you could easily do man free. What I don't want to see is what happened I watched the All-22 from Kansas City and, was it Kansas City? Yeah, Baltimore and Kansas City. I watched All-22. That big play, that big touchdown that they had, their first one to Zay, it was a broken play. Yeah, we know Lamar was scrambling for his life.
Yeah.
But Zay was matched up on a linebacker, a kid out of Missouri, and he got Well, he not only got behind him, but like that kid was lost on the snap of the ball. He's turning around looking for people. Next thing you know, Zay comes in front of him.
Yeah.
And he picks him up and he starts running with him, and then Zay takes off and he floats it to him. I mean, it was no, oh my God, what a great play they called there. But,
I mean, when are we going to get to the point where linebackers are basically cornerbacks? You know what I mean? Like, because they're asking them to cover guys that they can't cover.
That's when you try to bring in a hybrid of some sort. Someone who can,
like a Shazier.
Well, yeah.
someone who, like the guy they're talking about, the Steelers drafting out of Miami. He's 6'4" safety. 6'4", like 220.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, what do you fill the hole or do you cover the slot guy? Like what are we doing?
It's almost like your back seven.
Yeah.
Has got to be the same type of athlete. I can take my inside, I can take my mic, and I can move him back to strong.
But see, and that always goes into what I say about this time in the quarterbacks. Like when we want to say Mahomes is the greatest or Brady was the greatest, like you can't even touch the receivers. You can't touch them. You can't touch no one.
Yep.
When back when Marino, Elway, when you could touch those guys up. You can hit them from behind the quarterback. You can do whatever you wanted.
Yep.
Now guys are just running free, and you just got to be able to hit them.
Nobody's afraid to go across the middle anymore.
No, not at all.
No.
And if you do, and you hit the guy, at the end of the day, what happens is you're getting the flag.
Yeah, you're getting the flag, and you're forfeiting your game check.
And who wants to do that? I don't.
No, I don't.
Free. Yeah, I don't. I'll let you catch it and run. I need this payday. I got
We already saw Mickle do that, didn't we?
It was KC, I think. KC
Yeah,
lost his whole. I think he owed money.
Yeah,
he lost his game check and owed some more money.
We was suspended.
What I thought was funny about that was Brady was like, Minshew put that dude out there like that. That's not on that. That's not on that safety. I thought that was funny.
Should never come.
Brady said that.
If he doesn't make that hit, he's not. It looks bad on him. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
He wants to play.
It should never come to that where we got to worry about hitting people. It should
It's
never
called
come to
football.
that. I hate that.
Right? Isn't it called football?
Yeah. And like I always say, either you want to get hit. So if you don't want to get hit, don't sign up. You get drafted, that don't mean you got to come. You say, no, I'm good. I'm afraid.
There's plenty of guys who don't.
Listen, if you're going to pay me that kind of money, you can hit me as many times as you like.
You know what your lifespan is, right?
Listen,
I mean,
as long as my wife and kids are going to be good, I'll take that money. You can hit me all you like. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, boys, I know we talked strength and weakness of both of these teams, but who's going to be the key contributor scene for Kansas City? Who outside of Mahomes and Kelsey and Pacheco, you know? And I know I dabbled into Rice and Edwards-Helaire. Is there going to be somebody else on that offense? Is it going to be the second or third tight end?
It's not going to be Kadarius Toney. I tell you that.
Is he getting a helmet?
I'm gonna go with Valdez-Scantling.
That's who.
The other tight end?
Yeah.
Oh,
Valdez-Scantling. I'm sorry.
You know, he started years ago, fell off. You know, and now it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go. Since we said we can't go with Pacheco, you should have Rasheed, Mahomes, and then Kelsey. All left is Scantling. Valdez-Scantling. That's all that's left. That's it.
That's
Smitty, that's where you're at.
Yeah.
That's all that's left.
I'm gonna say one of those other tight ends, number 84.
Okay.
Number 84. He showed some hands in the AFC Championship game. He dropped one, but he caught like 3 in that game. And I think if they're gonna double down on Kelsey when they run their 2 tight end set, which they do run that 2 tight end set quite a bit, they'll pass out of their 2 tight end set, which is smart.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's smart.
Very smart. Why we don't do that, I don't understand. But yes.
You know, they like to bring, one of the things I've been reading about Kansas City, and I've known this for a while about them, but they like to bring everything in tight so they can move it out into the field. You know what I'm saying? Like the receivers, they get into the bunch set with the double.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
You know,
that makes sense because when you have a receiver, which I'm always screaming at the TV, when they're always way out on the sideline, why are you lined up with him? There's only one place for him to go. That's inside.
Yeah. At that point, the
sideline's
the best defender.
Exactly. I'm like, move inside. He's running a slant.
Yeah, that's why I never understood why all the slot guys make money and then they try to send them out wide. They can't do anything. But they don't have the room to move.
So. A lot of motion's going to happen in this game to try and figure it out early on. Who's going to roll? Who's going to cover man to man? You're going to see. I think you're going to see a lot of motion to figure out what exactly they're doing.
And at the end of the day, you got Kyle Shanahan versus Andy Reid. Like it's going to be a chess match. Like I really think that they're the 2 great coaches.
To me, Reid is already a Hall of Famer.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, unquestionably. Absolutely. And Kyle Shanahan's headed that direction.
Yeah.
He's spectacular in his job. Only reason he loses a coach is to be a coordinator because they were in a lower position, and that's a bump up for them, or he loses them to be a head coach.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only reason Shanahan loses a coach.
Yeah.
You know, with a kid a man from Seneca Valley, went to Seneca Valley High School. I've had on the show many years ago. Go back and check that show out. He was fantastic. Brian Fleury. He said that Shanahan not only treats the guys and the Yorks not only treat the guys like family and treats them with respect, but he said the coaching staff as well. And it's hard to move away from something like that when you're being treated so well and you're getting advanced. So I'd love to get Brian back on the show after this. I'll reach out to him at some point, see if we can get him back on. Maybe even when he's visiting, I'd love to sit down and break bread with him and have a conversation with him. But it's going to be a great Super Bowl from the offensive side of it. I will tell you a little fact. The last 3 times Kansas City has played San Francisco, they've averaged 31 points.
Wow.
31 points. Yep.
Man.
Hey, what was your turnover stats?
All right. You want to know some interesting things before I move on?
Yeah.
So basically, you got to slow down the homes with blitzes, disguising coverages. It was 37 points they averaged. 37 points. If Mahomes is forced to be conservative, it could get ugly. Okay, he likes to be conservative. He doesn't want to have to run the ball. If Botha and the D-line don't get any pressure, if they only rush 4 guys, it's going to be ugly. In 2018, without changing any coverages, Mahomes was in the middle of the field. Mahomes was second. Okay, since 2018. I'm sorry. If they don't blitz Mahomes, he's first in the league. If they don't stunt on him up front, he's first in the league. And if, like I said, if they rush 4 or less guys, he's first in the league in completing his passes. Now, on the other side of that, the San Francisco D, since 2017 regular season, they don't change it up in the middle of the field. They're 29th in San Francisco in the middle of the field. They're 30th in blitzes.
Wow.
Yeah. Their stunting is 11th, which is not great, but not bad.
Right.
And then they do like to mix it up. They're 8th as far as the amount of guys they bring. So in Super Bowl 54, when disguised, when they disguise coverages, Mahomes was 61.7 passer grade, 52% completion, and he had no touchdowns and 2 interceptions when they disguised him. So it was kind of interesting from that perspective. San Francisco won 4 Super Bowls in 9 years, so they're attempting to tie Pittsburgh right now. Both of them would have 6. New England has 6, Pittsburgh has 6, and San Francisco would have 6. Purdy will be the 67th different quarterback to start in the Super Bowl. Wow. The last 2 quarterbacks to start the Super Bowl for San Francisco, you guys, is Kaepernick and Kaepernick, and both of them lost. Okay, out of 57 Super Bowls played, the MVP has been a quarterback 32 times, 8 wide receivers, 7 running backs, 4 linebackers, 3 DBs, 2 D linemen, and 1 kick returner. You guys know who the kick returner was?
Desmond Howard.
Yes, it was Desmond Howard. Okay, the losing teams in all 57 Super Bowls have 100 more turnovers than the winning team. The winners have only 64. Baltimore Colts back in Super Bowl 5, man, had 7 turnovers and won.
Sheesh.
That was the last time that happened. So
Earl Morrell.
yeah, wow. that was the last time that happened. I've been digging all week for things that are different.
So
I was like 13-10.
as far as turnovers go, the only game San Francisco, if they lose the turnover battle, they lose the game. Only game that wasn't the case was when they played Cleveland this year. They lost the turnover battle.
Wait a minute, time out. How could that happen? They had the defensive player of the year based on analytics. They had the defensive coach of the year. They had the coach of the year, the head coach of the year.
We already discussed this, man.
Yeah,
We did?
Yes.
Online.
We did. You want to?
but
Okay.
But as far as Kansas City was all over the map. If they lost the turnover battle, they didn't necessarily lose the game. So keep control of the ball there, San Francisco, and good things might happen.
Who's going to be the key contributor for Kansas City? Who's going to be the one guy besides the obvious, Mahomes, Kelsey, Pacheco? Who's going to be the one guy
On defense?
on offense?
Dude, there's just not much to choose from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Andy Reid, play call.
Interesting. I'd say
Very
so.
much to choose from.
He's creative, man.
Yeah.
While San Francisco is still working through their basics and just trying to, Reed's going to have some crazy thing. Maybe they'll get in there and do the 100 circle. You just never know what he's going to do. Did you ever hear the story about there was a guy, a building service worker that worked for Kansas City, and Andy Reid used to say hi to him, and they talk every day, and one day, I don't know what was going on, but Reid and this guy were in position to have interaction, and
He gave him the play.
And he gave him a play, and Reid
Ran it.
and they ran it for a touchdown, right? Yeah.
That's
I mean, he bastardized some of the stuff, but
Who's more no name, the Pats or the Chiefs? Because I mean, like we keep asking, who else? There is no one else. We can't even name anyone else that plays for the Chiefs outside of those.
I mean,
on offense.
I think it's
Sky Moore.
This guy still plays?
Sky Moore, he gets catches, couple of games.
I thought he was in the doghouse. You know what I mean? Who's on that front? Who's on the offensive line for the Chiefs?
Well, they have 2 bad tackles. I will tell you that.
Bad as in good, or bad as in they stink?
Bad as in, they're
Okay.
not very good.
That's what I'm saying. So who you think is more no name? You're about to say?
I think as far as them and the Patriots,
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's 50-50. Like I don't think when you sit down and look at it, and I'm preparing for this, I kind of looked at stuff a little bit more as far as that's the case.
Tim,
But
Seltzer, Maradei.
Mahomes puts guys on the map.
Seltzer, Maradei.
Mahomes puts guys on the map. Same as Brady did.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a plug and play.
You got to catch it.
Yeah, I think it's a plug and play. I think the preparation is the key. If you're willing to prepare, like the expectations are in that room, he's going to put food on the table.
Do you think that because Mahomes can run though, he has a little leg up on Brady?
Yeah.
When Mahomes gets 7, inevitably.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No,
This will be 3.
Mahomes gets set.
this will be 3.
He's like 30.
No, he's 28.
Oh.
Just 27. He's 27
No.
or 28.
They paid him early, didn't they?
Oh yeah,
He didn't make it to the end of.
Steelers will win it next year, so no.
Thank you.
It's our year, Smitty.
You know,
Smitty, it's our year.
I hope so. Look, I'm a Yinzer through and through, but it's making it hard to believe that as the years go by. But I hope you're right.
You know something I read that is going by? Well, I really hate to talk about this, but the one thing I did read when you want to talk about Steelers, I read that the new receivers coach is hard-nosed.
That's good.
They brought in a hard-nosed guy.
Because they be in college,
Yeah.
by the way, too.
Yep. He's like, hey, you ain't gonna do it my way. You ain't gonna block. You ain't gonna do. Yeah, go ahead.
That's good.
You know. Yeah, go ahead.
Will those guys be around next year? Then? We're off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was about to say,
Who's gonna be the key?
Le'Veon's coming back.
Who's gonna be the one guy on San Francisco that's gonna need to perform that we haven't really put the finger on?
Defensively.
I'm saying offense still.
Oh, Frisco. CMC. I think it's CMC. Because if you're stopping the run, then they're going to throw it to him. I mean, there's so
Is he
much.
the most complete back?
Jeez.
Oh, he's easily the most complete.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was born with hands.
Yeah.
You know, his dad was a solid receiver in the league, McCaffrey.
Yeah.
You know, my one buddy, Steve Medley, who does our voice on this, he was a radio personality, and they used to have Ed McCaffrey on. He was out in Denver, and they had Ed McCaffrey on the show once a week during football season. And he became friends with Ed, whatever. And he said he used to go over to Ed's house, and little Christian would be running around the house in diapers on. You know, he said you could tell that kid was a nut back then. You know, which is kind of interesting to hear. Yeah. I think it's going to be Purdy. That's who I think needs to function.
Oh,
That's who I think.
yes.
I think he needs to function.
Absolutely.
You know, you can hand the ball off and all that stuff, but what happens if, you know, you get in a big third down situation? You have a penalty, you're 3rd and 18, you're 3rd and 16. You know, you got to make a big play.
Yeah.
Is there a play for 3rd and 18?
Sure there is.
Okay.
Sure there is. Any great coach has a play for
Look.
3rd and 25.
You don't want to just get 7 and punt?
Maybe not. Not in the Super Bowl, I don't.
Sheesh.
I don't
Look,
want to.
All right, Dan
Purdy has
Campbell.
to manage the moment. Mahomes has been there. He's proved he can do it. I think the moment may be too big for him.
Wow.
Purdy? Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting. So
There's no tomorrow. You know what I mean? You show up or you go home.
Yeah, but like we said, there wasn't much expected from him from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I'm just here. I'm here.
hey, let me ask you this. If he doesn't perform, like we're saying, the moment's too big for him, does Shanahan get a big question mark in his head and start peeking out the corner of his eye for the next guy? Or does he continue to develop his kid knowing that he's rode this ride, he's ready for the next one?
That's like saying if he wins, do we re-up the money? Does he get more money?
He probably makes what I make as a teacher. Oh wait, no, there's no way. He probably makes what I make as a teacher 10 years combined.
There was a stat the other day that I saw. Purdy makes a game what Mahomes makes per pass.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
His game checks are like 30 grand.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like 37, something like that.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you figure he's making rookie. He was
37, 16 weeks.
Is that the same thing that the
Playoffs.
superintendent that left Tam? Isn't that what she was making?
She didn't leave.
She stepped down.
Yeah.
Pressure.
God bless. All right. So we talked key contributors defensively, key contributor offensively. You guys hung your hat on what you had. So let's go to this. 3 must things that Kansas City has to do to win this game. We'll start with you, Schmitty.
I think Travis Kelce has to have a game. I mean, that's number one.
Taylor gonna be there?
Absolutely.
That's one of mine. That's one of mine. Keep her away. Keep away from run around Sue.
Nah. So Kelsey's got to have a big game, obviously. They got to be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mahomes has to do what he does. You know what I mean? I think everything goes through Mahomes, like the like we said, the no-name receivers, the running the ball. When they line up on the other side of the ball, they're looking to see what Mahomes is going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't have 3. I mean, 2 of them were what he said, but I wanted to add to that. Figure out a way to stop all those weapons.
Yeah.
That's one. You got to figure out how you're gonna have to pick which ones we're stopping.
So that's part of your. Do they go man? Do they go man? Or do they go zone? You know, mix it up.
Is Travis Kelce the most athletic tight end?
Ever?
No, just
Currently,
I think he is.
Currently, yes.
I can't think of anybody. I was messing around last
I
night
was gonna
watching
say ever.
doing stuff.
No, not ever.
Kellen Winslow.
So is Antonio Gates.
So Eric Green.
Yeah.
That's 6'7".
Eric Green.
280.
Gosh.
I'm already.
How big?
280 was when he put half his leg on.
I'm just telling you. Yeah, he keeps hurling.
I saw a really cool video of Kelsey last night when he was in high school. He played basketball, and it was interesting watching him play because he was just as, which doesn't surprise me, he was just as fiery and dynamic playing basketball as a high school senior as he is today playing professional football.
You think missing that Sugar Bowl game when he was in college fuels his fire? I didn't know that till
What school did he go to?
Cincinnati.
That's
Him and
right.
his brother.
That's right.
He missed. So they went to the Sugar Bowl. What was he? Was he a senior that year? I can't remember what year it was. And before the Sugar Bowl game, they tested for drugs. He popped for weed. Missed the game.
Sure.
Only game he would have ever got to play with his brother in college, like as a big bowl game.
Wow.
Interesting. I did not know that.
But that's something to feel like that when watching that. It was the Kelsey documentary on Amazon.
Okay.
They're from the bad part of Cleveland, right?
I don't know where they're from in Cleveland. I just know
They're from
Bad part of Cleveland. The whole damn city.
Yeah. Is there a good part?
They got Myles Garrett as their defensive player of the year, though.
Oh.
Them analytics will tell you all about it.
No, let it go, man.
It's going to be a while, y'all.
Let it go.
I got you, TJ.
Teddy Pendergrass say, let it go.
It's ridiculous.
Let it go.
Yeah.
How about 3 must things that San Francisco has to do to win this game?
First and foremost, stop Mahomes. Control Mahomes. Stop.
Blitz
Control
them, change
Get
up
to
coverage,
him.
take away the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you do that by keeping him on the sidelines.
Ooh, that's true.
I think that's it. I think that's really the key to them winning.
Yeah. Keep him on the sideline, manage the clock. You don't need the big plays.
No.
You just need manageable plays.
How about Purdy spreading the ball around when he passes it?
Yeah.
How about them not telegraphing what they're going to do offensively and mixing that up quite a bit? Because
I think if you get into a shootout with the Chiefs, you're going to lose.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Try to play that. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think you get into a shootout, you're going to lose. So, I mean, you don't want to tell a guy not to rip off these big runs, but we usually need to tell them we need to manage this game, and hopefully they understand what you're saying.
Okay. Hey, the moment of truth, man. And I knew I wasn't going to have a long show. I knew we weren't going to be long, though. But who you got, Smitty?
Kansas City.
What's your score?
Ooh. And this goes back to I think the moment may be too big, and I'm going 31-10.
Okay.
28-17.
Who?
Niners.
Ooh. All right, man. Let me be straight up honest with you where I'm going here.
Chippendales?
There we go. I'm riding with Taylor's guy. That's all I'm doing right there. I'm riding with Taylor's guy. I'm going to go about 38-21. That's where I'm headed with it. And I think San Francisco get a couple garbage touchdowns at the end. I'm not seeing into the future. I'm just telling you where I am with it. I'm a big Mahomes fan. I think the kid's one of the most dynamic quarterbacks, and I think he fights through a lot in his personal life between his brother Jackson, between people bashing his wife because she's sort of vibrant and outspoken herself. I think what goes on with his dad. I saw that. Yeah. So you know what's really interesting? You say that, Tim?
Andy Reid told me.
What's really interesting about you saying he needs a new haircut? When they filmed the Netflix special last year, quarterbacks, that's what really made me become a huge fan of his. One of the things he said was, "I'm going into this season with a different haircut," and I think somebody must have talked his ass out of it.
I think that worked.
I thought, you do your Pat. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
I just went to the barbershop today and my son got it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just, who's going to Disney World? Who's going to Disney World?
CMC.
Yeah.
Purdy. Definitely Purdy.
Purdy's going to Disney?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he needs it, because he don't make enough money to go.
Listen, him and his girl, because he just got engaged.
It's cheap for him. Hey, let him go, man, because he don't have the money.
He skipped class in junior high and got engaged to his girl. No, I'm playing.
Travis Kelce.
Kelsey? Yeah.
Purdy.
Can you imagine him and Taylor going down
Oh, my Lord.
in the parade?
I'm out of here.
Taylor Swift in the parade to Disney?
I'm
You
out of here.
could, that place would be packed.
Interesting. She gonna beat her anyway. It don't matter. She gonna beat her anyway. Yeah, that's big cash. All those little girls. Oh, there's Taylor. Yeah. I don't know. You know who I'm going with? Isaiah Pacheco. 3 touchdowns, 140 yards on the ground.
140, you said?
They gonna get the money.
Yeah.
Is this a baby shower?
No, it's a first birthday here today.
Oh,
it's a first
out of
birthday.
breweries.
Yeah.
Kids drinking. Okay.
Yeah, They're thinking parents first. Parents first. Hey, listen, you guys, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. This
Yeah,
is great.
where can we find you at on social media?
Oh, you know what? My social media is a mess. Kevin Schmidt on Facebook, Trucky243 on Instagram. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm a Facebook troll.
Before we do that, we got to discuss the halftime show with Usher.
Oh, we're gonna bring that. Listen,
First song. It's gonna be
Yeah.
Hey. It's gonna be that one.
Yo.
Hey. That one. Whatever it is. Hey.
I don't know.
oh, listen.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it yeah?
You don't think he'll bring that out last?
No.
Who's he gonna bring with him? You think Bieber's coming?
What are he gonna sing?
He's responsible for Justin Bieber's.
But what's he gonna sing? Peaches? No.
Has Bieber ever done that section?
No.
No,
No.
All right.
Bieber and
Yeah.
We'll talk about that on Tuesday night.
This machine.
All right, hold on, real quick. Do you know Taylor Swift fact? Do you know she played in the streets in Frederick Maryland?
Yeah, I do know
Yes.
that. When she was 16 years old.
Yep.
Yep.
Right down the street.
4x4 stage at 3rd and Market.
Yep.
Yeah. I heard she wanted to come back when she was in Baltimore and say hey to everybody.
Yeah, she did. She was in the streets.
Yeah.
In the streets, Frederick, baby.
And she was
September.
She was on Toby.
Come see us.
She was on Toby Keith's, God rest his soul. She was on his label. He signed her.
Yes. Yeah, he was the first one.
62 years old.
Big Dog Records.
How did that? Huh? How did that? I don't know. They didn't say yes.
Stomach cancer.
Oh, is that what it was? And they never told anybody?
It was out a little. It was out probably the past year that she had it. But yeah, it was some sort of stomach cancer.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, it's too bad. Life's short. Live hard. Hey, everybody enjoy the Super Bowl. Michael Chops Mills, you can find him and one of our guys, we're sorry he couldn't make it, at the Real Big Chops. T Sizzle, who's doing his thing. Forensics, you can find him on Instagram and Twitter. One Young Terry, Coach Noobs, he's on Instagram and Twitter at Coach Noobs. Sheen told you he's everywhere.
I'm not hard to find.
You're everywhere, right?
Easy.
Right? Connect with us here on the Original Sports Podcast by checking out our renewed. I just redid the whole website, baby. It looks great. Now I turned over the keys to Mrs. Maradei to go ahead and run it from there. That's her job. Podpage.com, Original Sports Podcast with Mark Maradei. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and obviously we are everywhere on YouTube. So thanks a lot for joining us today. Email us at originalsportpodcast@gmail.com. Voice intro, Sean and Kodiak. Intro and outro music, Charlie Hodgson. And like I said, my wife is taking care of business behind the scenes for us. So shout out to Terry Maradei. Join us every week to experience CO. Peace.